Knock, knock. Hey, buddy. Hey. Your mom tells me you're a little nervous about your doctor's appointment tomorrow. Is that right? Well, that's okay. It's okay to be nervous. I know it's a little bit different of an appointment than you're normally used to getting whenever you go, if and when you're sick. So it can be a little scary being something new. Yeah. But when your mom told me that you were feeling a little nervous, it gave me an idea to maybe help you get calm down about it and feel okay about it. I thought we could use some of your pretend doctor tools, and I can pretend to be your doctor, and I can pretend to do what the doctor may do tomorrow with you, and that way you can have an idea of what's going to happen tomorrow, and maybe that'll make you feel more comfortable for the appointment tomorrow. Does that sound like a good idea? Okay, great. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that then. I brought in a couple things that the doctor may use tomorrow also, so we can pretend to use these. And let's grab this doctor. Yeah, there's a lot of doctor tools in there. And do you think I can use this clipboard? Okay, yeah, because the doctor will probably take notes tomorrow, so I can pretend to take notes on this for what we're looking to do. Is that okay? By the way, did you color this Pikachu? You did a really good job. Okay. All right. So, the biggest thing to remember about tomorrow is I'm going to be taking you and I'm going to be there with you the whole time tomorrow, okay? So if you're feeling nervous or scared again tomorrow at all, even after what we practice here today, that's okay. I'll be there. You can hold my hand. You can, have me talk to the doctor instead of you talk to the doctor to help out. I just want to help make sure you're comfortable for tomorrow, okay? Okay, great. So I want to try to make this feel as realistic as possible for tomorrow. So the first thing the doctor's going to do is they're going to ask you some questions. They're questions if you feel that you can answer on your own, you're more than welcome to answer them. If you need me to answer them tomorrow, I can answer them. Okay. So first question they may ask, can you tell me your name? Okay. All right. And can you tell me your date of birth? Yeah, you know when your birthday is. It's your favorite holiday, huh? All right. And do you know how tall you are? Okay. You're 4 feet now. You're growing fast, buddy. I remember when you were shorter than my knees. And about how much do you weigh? Okay. And this one you might need me to help you with when they ask tomorrow, but they may ask you about any of your previous medical history. Do you know about any previous surgeries you've had or any major medical concerns you may have had in your past already that they need to know about tomorrow? You're right. No, you haven't had anything major, fortunately. You're right. You did have a few ear infections when you were littler, but they were far enough spaced out in between. You didn't need to do the ear tube surgery or anything like that. So that's what we can tell them. You've had a pretty good healthy life so far. So nothing really that we would need to tell them about. And then the next question they may ask you about how you sleep at night. Can you tell me, how would you say, how many hours of sleep would you say you get at night? It depends if it's a weekend or a weekday, right? Yeah, Mom and I do let you stay up later on the weekends. But no, you're right. I would say you normally get between 8 and 10 hours, which is good. And then they may ask you what your diet's like. What do you eat and drink regularly? Pizza and pop. We do that quite a bit. We do our Pizza Fridays every Friday. Yeah, but if that's the only thing you're eating, they might be a little concerned. So what else, what else do we want to tell them you normally eat? You're right. You do eat your broccoli and your green vegetables well. And you like your chicken and yogurt. That's good. Mac and cheese. And of course, pizza. Okay. Oh, any fruits? We don't have any fruits on here. Apples and bananas and grapes. All right. Good job. Yeah. So that's a probably good idea of the types of questions they're going to ask tomorrow. They may ask some more, or they may not ask all of these, but again, just trying to give you an idea. So pretty easy so far, right? Good. All right, so I'm going to set that clipboard down for now. So another thing they're going to do tomorrow is they're going to check your temperature. So they'll use a thermometer, kind of similar to this. This is just a temporal thermometer. I can put this up on your forehead and it'll tell us your temperature. So they'll have a similar one to this tomorrow. So let's go ahead and practice. Here we go. Push your hair up, get right on your forehead. Awesome, we got it green, which is good. Perfect. And they'll, of course, write your temperature down when they do that. All right. And then what they'll also do, they may even do this even earlier in the procedure, in the appointment when they come in, is they're going to sterilize and clean their hands because they don't want to spread germs. So they're probably going to either use hand sanitizer or wash their hands at the sink. So for pretending, I'm just going to use some hand sanitizer here. Get that on. And then as they get into the full test that they're going to do, they may also wear some gloves. So that's what I brought in here today to, again, try to make this as realistic as possible for you, okay? All right. So once they're at this point, they'll start using their doctor tools. They'll probably tell you a little bit about each one tomorrow and what they're going to use it for, just to try to make sure you're comfortable. But I can do that with you today too as well. So you have a lot of good pretend ones in here that we can use to talk about, okay? So let's dive in. So the first one they have that they're most likely going to use, do you know the name of this one? Yeah, stethoscope. You're right, bud. So yeah, they use this to listen to your heart and lungs. So I'll give you a little, again, demonstration of what they might do tomorrow. All right. So they may ask you to lift your shirt. Can you lift your shirt for me, bud? Okay. I'm going to pretend to listen to your heart first. All right, good job. That's a good heartbeat you have. Along with listening to your heart, they may listen to your lungs and breathing as well. So we can do that. And this one they may do in a couple spots. So what I'll have you do, again, to kind of pretend, is I'm going to hold this over your lungs and I'm going to ask you to take some big, deep breaths for me. I'll have you breathe in and breathe out when I tell you, okay? Okay. Get closer here. All right. Breathe in and out. Good. Other side. Breathe in and out. All right. And then I'm going to go around your back here. This time, I want you to hold your breath a little bit when you breathe in all the way, okay? Breathe in. Hold it. And out. And one more on the other side, same thing, to hold it, okay? Breathe in. Hold it. And out. Great job, buddy. Excellent job. All right, so yeah, that'll check off the lungs and heartbeat. Okay. And then another thing they may do tomorrow is use this, a blood pressure cuff, to check your blood pressure. And that's just to see how well your blood's circulating through your body. So they'll take this little cuff and they will, right like this, wrap it around your arm. And then with this little valve here, or meter and valve, they'll be able to see how much pressure is going through your blood, or what your blood pressure is. So they'll squeeze this a little bit, and that'll make the cuff get tight on your arm and squeeze it. And then they'll be able to see what your blood pressure is off that. So it's going to feel like it's giving your arm a little hug, okay? So let's... All right. Yeah, this one doesn't actually get tight like it will tomorrow, but it gives you the idea. It doesn't get too tight. It's like a firm hug. All right, and then they'll release the pressure, and that'll give them a reading. So far, so good? Nothing too scary? Cool. All right. Good job. Okay. what they'll do next is, sorry here. They are going to use a tool like this. This is called an otoscope. And this tool is good for looking in your ears to make sure there's no blockages in your ears, or to make sure your ears aren't infected or anything like that. And they'll take a peek in your ears with this. They may also look up your nose with this too, and at the back of your throat to check for any sinus infections or any infections in the throat too. But we're going to do it to pretend with the ears right now, okay? So I'm just gonna pretend to look in your ear over here. Okay. And then just pretend to look in your other ear. Looks like you did a good job cleaning your ears at bath time, washing your ears. Sorry, just being silly. Okay. And then, again, they may look at your nose or your mouth, so can you say, ah, ah? Good job. And then let's look at that nose. No bats in the cave. Good job, buddy. So again, nothing really too scary so far, right? Good, awesome. So that's good. Now, what they may do tomorrow again too is to really check your hearing more thoroughly, is they might do some quick, easy hearing tests with you, okay? So what I want to do is I want to have you close your eyes, and when you close your eyes, I'm going to make these glove sounds in either side of your ear, and with your eyes closed, I want you to tell me which side I'm making the noise in, whether it's your right ear or your left ear, okay? Can you do that for me? Okay, let's close your eyes. Go ahead and close them. Okay, here we go. Which ear was that? Good. Which ear was that? Good. And which side was that one? Good. One more. And which side was that one? Good job. Awesome. All right. And now we're going to have you keep your eyes closed. We're going to kind of do the same thing, but this time I'm going to whisper words in your ear, and I want you to repeat the words back to me, what you hear, okay? Can you do that? Okay, cool. Let's close those eyes again. Close them. Okay. Baseball. Good job. And actually, now that I think about it, you don't need your ears closed for this. You're just repeating the words back to me. So you can open your eyes if you want. Pokemon. From your Pikachu drawing. Forward. Happiness. Good job. Awesome. So let's check that one off. Okay. And then one more hearing test they might do. Again, same thing. I'll have you repeat back what I say, but this time I'm just going to say some random numbers. Okay? All right. 7. Good job. 26. Awesome. 365. That is how many days there are in a year, yes. Last one. 4. You're doing good, bud. So yeah, that is about all they would do with the hearing tests tomorrow. How did that feel? Anything real scary? No? Good to hear. Yeah, you're doing really good. Really good. Okay. So then next thing that they may do for you tomorrow is they are going to want to check your eyes. They want to make sure that your eyes are working properly and that you can see okay, that they track movement appropriately. So they're going to do a couple eye tests with you tomorrow too, okay? So I have a little pen light that they may use similar to what they're going to use tomorrow, okay? And what they're going to do first, and this might be a little bright, but again, they may do this tomorrow, so we want to practice. They're going to get a little close, and they're going to make sure that your pupils are dilating correctly when they get close to your eye with a bright light, okay? So let's practice. I'll come in, and this is this eye. I'm going to come towards, okay? Towards, okay. Come towards, okay. That one's doing good. Let's look at this one. Okay. 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 Good job. So now what they may do after that, still with the light, is they may have you follow it. You know, they may hold it up and just move it around, and they want you to keep your head still. So without moving your head, just your eyeballs like this, they'll want you to track and follow the light, just to make sure that your eyes are moving the way they're supposed to be able to, or can move the way they're supposed to be able to. Okay, let's try that. Don't have to be as close this time with that. So we'll start here, and I'm just going to move it around. Again, head still, just your eyes follow the light. Good job. Good job. Nice. It's a little trickier one. Good job. Your eyes were moving really good with the light, buddy. Now another one they may do is the exact same test, but instead of the light, they may use their finger, okay? So same thing, keep your head still and follow my finger. Good job. Great job, bud. Yeah, which one did you think was easier, the light or the finger? The finger, because it's not as bright. That's a fair answer. Okay. Now for this one, another one they might do for your eyes is with their fingers. They're gonna hold them up and then track them away, and you let them know when you can't see them anymore, when they leave your peripherals, okay? So for this one, I want you to stare. Let me get in the middle. Okay. Stare right at my nose. Look straight at my nose. And then let me know when this leaves your vision. Good. Good. Let's do two at a time. Good. 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 Good job. Yeah, that's all that one is. See? Has there been anything scary so far? No. That's good. Awesome. We're doing good practice for tomorrow. And another vision thing they might do tomorrow to test your eyes is have you count how many fingers they're holding up. The trick is, again, you're going to be looking at just my nose. So you're not allowed to really look at the fingers. You just have to kind of read them from your peripherals. Okay? Want to try that? Okay. Ready? Good. 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 Good job, bud. Awesome. Cool. Well, we're doing really good. All right. This is what you'll do for your regular physicals. Now, the last things they may do tomorrow. Ones. All right. So, the last things they may do tomorrow. These may sound like silly tests, but they're going to ask you to do some things that may seem a little silly or unorthodox, but it's all to test and make sure certain muscle movements and things are all working appropriately, okay? What they might start with first is just to track some face muscles and make sure the muscles in your face are working appropriately. They might ask you to do some silly things with your mouth and face. So I'll ask you to do a couple things. Can you stick your tongue out for me? Okay, good. Can you smile for me, showing your teeth? Okay. Now smile without showing your teeth. Good. Now can you frown for me? How about pout for me? Okay, good job. Can you raise your eyebrows all the way up? Good job. Can you do one at a time? You can't really do the other one. Yeah, it's okay. I can't do this one either. I can only raise this one. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Can you, let's see. They may check like the tightness tightness in your jaw and stuff too. So can you clench your jaw really tight, buddy? Oh, yeah. Ooh. Those are some strong jaw muscles. Good job. Can you, what else might they have you do with your face? Just thinking, can you wiggle your nose? I can't really do it all that well. Can you roll your tongue? I don't know that they'll ask you that one. I'm just thinking a silly thing, but that's okay. Yeah, but anyway, those tests will be to test your facial muscles and make sure those are working appropriately. Good? Okay. Other thing they may do is to test your shoulders and your arms and things like that. Is they may do some tests where they have to touch you a little bit. But again, nothing to hurt you or anything. They're just going to see, if you can perform the tasks they're asking you to perform appropriately. So one of those, to see how strong your shoulders are, they may put their hands on your shoulders and ask you to shrug them up and relax. And shrug your shoulders and relax, okay? Now what they might do is they might push down hard and tell you to try to shrug their hands up. So let's go ahead and start shrugging, and I'll push down. Oh, you have some strong shoulders. And now, vice versa, if you can shrug your shoulders up, I'm going to try to push them down, but you don't let me, okay? And go. Okay, relax. Good job. Another one they might do is to test your grip strength. So with that, what I'll have you do is I'll have you grab my arm. Don't worry, you're not going to hurt Dad. Go ahead and squeeze as hard as you can. Squeeze. Good job. Okay. And then with your other one, do this arm. Squeeze. Good job. And with that, they're just making sure that you can squeeze with appropriate strength that a kid of your age should be able to. Don't worry, you're not going to hurt the doctor. Yeah, and they may ask you to do some other silly things, like they may ask you to see if you can bend down and touch your toes. You gonna try it? Okay. Good job, you got them. They may ask to see if you can hop on one foot while having your finger on your nose to test your balance. Good job. And then try it with the other foot and the other hand. Good job. Good. And just maybe some other things they may ask you to do, but again, nothing that's going to hurt or anything like that. The last thing they may do is they might use a little reflex hammer to test the reflexes in your knees. So what they'll do is they'll take this and they'll give you a little tap on your knee. It won't hurt, but they're going to hit your knee in a spot that should make your leg pop up. Okay, so let's try that. I don't know if I'm going to hit the right spot for us pretending here, but we can give it a shot. All right, let's test it. Ready? Good. That wasn't bad. And one more. Good. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything that they're going to do tomorrow as I'm looking at, kind of my notes of what they would do for this type of appointment tomorrow. Did any of that seem majorly scary to you now? Okay, good. And remember, again, I'm going to be there with you for the whole appointment tomorrow, okay? So yeah, if anything, if anything comes up and you get scared again, I'll be right there and for anything you need, okay? All right, buddy, come here. I love you. What do you say now? We go get some ice cream, yeah? All right. Okay.